Episode of Tony's Two Cents. I'm Tony. I've been around a while. You know what? I'm really ecstatic about the improvements that we've seen at the University of Louisville football program. They've got a couple wins in a row. They're learning how to move the ball. Everybody's kind of maturing at the same time. And hopefully we can put together a couple more wins, maybe 3 more wins, and find something extra at the end. You know what I mean? Like a 13th game. That's what a lot of them aim for. 13th game. They got a 12-game schedule, and the reward for having a good season is to get that 13th game, aka bowl game. That's a stretch right now. I know I'm not counting that egg yet, but what I am saying is we've got a lot of good things happening, and they got 4 games left. They're very winnable. They have Pitt, they have West Virginia, they have South Florida, and they have UConn. Now, the way I see that, there's a good possibility that the West Virginia game is going to be kind of hard. The South Florida, you know, UConn, we got them, you know. And the 4th game, UConn, I can't think of them right now. I'm not going to sweat it, but I think that they're going to cause us a bit of a problem. What I'm going to get into right tonight is about the West Virginia game, which is coming up this weekend. I usually don't time date things, but this is what I think. I think we got a great situation here. They got a new coach. They got new development, but all the politics outside the actual game itself is going to be the issue, because as you probably know by now, West Virginia was accepted to go into the Big 12, and everybody in the local area thought that U of L was going to be the one to get that spot, and then it became an issue in the paper where the senators, West Virginia, Mitch McConnell from Kentucky got involved. Some he said, she said, went back and forth. End result, West Virginia's in. Right now, Louisville's out. So there's a lot of little bad blood right there on that tip. There's always been bad blood about the game. So what we're looking at now is to try to find a brand new way of getting some more excitement out of this. Right off the bat, I think that the big issue that's going to be coming up this weekend is not so much as our fledgling offense, which has improved. We have to understand that we're going to have yet another good effort out of the offensive line. We have to have another good effort out of the backs and ends, and we've got to get just another good effort out of the defense. In other words, we just got to play as good as we did the last game and improve on that. And they've done that 2 weeks in a row. Let's see if they can get it again. And what I want to try to point out is something that I think that West Virginia is going to come to us with. And I think that we have to look forward to trying to attack it well. If we can do so, I think we'll do great. And here's what I'm talking about. Problem for the University of Louisville this week, because although they are a pretty strong team, they've had some internal problems, meaning that they changed the head coach just prior to the start of the season. When that type of thing happens, you have a guy that comes in and he's trying to make things work, but he has to work with the tools already in the toolbox, meaning that his assistant coaches and players are not quite used to what he wants to do, so they have to lock into what they already had in place, and hopefully they can make that work for this year, and then next year they go on to his program. But the defense that concerns me about West Virginia, they normally play, it's a holdover from the Rich Rodriguez days, and it's called a 3-3-5. I want to show you how 3-3-5 works. First of all, you start with 3 down linemen. You have the 3 down linemen here at the bottom. And what they do is they're basically just pushing the ball. Nose tackle, defensive tackle, defensive tackle. They're pushing the ball. Behind those 3, you'll have 3 linebackers. Now, they will vary from side to side, where they sometimes move in, sometimes they move out. Now, once you get those guys set up, the 3-3, they come back with what they call a 5. The 5 is a pass. They primarily stop the pass. However, they've been known to try to run stop with it. I personally think it should fail, because when you put this many people into the secondary, you're gonna stop the fight. You're gonna stop the passes. However, there's a lot of people 5 to 8, maybe 9 yards away from the line of scrimmage. Unless you have a tremendous first 4 or 5, maybe 6 players, you're going to concede yards. And that's what I think that we need to try to capitalize on this week, because it's imperative that we're able to get them all in there at the same time. Now, let me try to draw that in a little closer for you. Get my corners in there kind of wide. Get them right there, right there. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensive backs. Now, the 5 defensive backs, the process they're trying to do, they're trying to prevent you from going long, throwing the pass on them. They're going to try to get these linebackers to cover a lot of space for you, while this guy here has got to cover all this ground in the middle. Now, if we've improved our blocking scheme, as I have seen over the past 2 or 3 weeks, if we've improved our blocking scheme, we ought to be able to take these corners, because this cornerback, this linebacker, and this defensive tackle have way too much responsibility for this side of the field. This side of the field has got too much responsibility for those 3 men. So, what I see happening this weekend, I see what happened myself. I see where we're going to be able to attack the middle of the ball field. We're going to be able to attack the edges. And we're going to be able to back them up as quickly as possible, because I don't see where they're going to be able to attack us any way, shape, or fashion. So I look for a pretty decisive Louisville win. It's endless. We can do a lot of good things. We have a lot of good things going on out there at University of Louisville, and I like the way the guys are picking up and taking charge, and they're doing things. Like I was just showing you on the board, we got a little bit to look forward to, but I'm not too concerned with that, because I think that these guys have turned the corner. They've got all the noise. You know, the white noise, you've heard that before, where it's just like chatter and just things that are operating around you that disturb you from being able to do your job efficiently. I think they've got a lot of that behind them. They've got the internal issues kind of settled. They got the conference thing out of the way. They can focus on playing the game and playing the game well. They're doing okay. So what I'm going to look forward to is see if we can spot some of the things we've talked about in the past. Because, like I said, I'm not Nostradamus. But guess what? We have talked about this. They did learn to run the ball better. They are running the ball better. They're becoming successful. Later, I think that's going to open up the passing game in the next few weeks. I know it's getting colder. It's going to be hard to catch balls. But then again, Teddy throws a pretty good ball. And Teddy's making more and more better decisions now. And I'm really having fun watching him play. So this has been Tony, this 2 cents. But you just hang on, because it's all over the place now. I'm starting the blog. The blog is called Tony's 2 cents. Really ingenious, wasn't it? But you can find it at tonys2cents.wordpress.com. Better put your www on the front so you can find it. That's www.tonys2cents, all one word, .wordpress.com, and hang out with me. See what I'm writing about. See if you think about it. You can also see these videos there. So I'm blowing up slowly. I'm a Yahoo contributor as well. So we're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger until finally somebody's going to see this and we're going to have a bigger time, all right? This has been Tony on My 2 cents. Let's roll it.